who has 8 fingers and 2 thumbs and has recently thrashed the World Health Organization for the umpteenth time. No, hold your horses, it's not TFI. Although we have done our fair bit over the years. However, to answer the question, it is India's Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya who has taken a special liking to WHO this time around. The Health Minister attended the first in-person World Health Assembly since the pandemic began in Switzerland and immediately lampooned the WHO for its shoddy mathematical and statistical skills. You see, WHO thought it could get away by fudging India's COVID death numbers. However, a soft-spoken Mandaviya went into Super Saiyan mode and took WHO to the cleaners by schooling it rather coolly. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the National Socio-Political Analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tanya, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English yet, please hit the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon to receive all the recent updates. Coming back to the story, through this video, I will tell you how Mansukh Mandaviya shredded WHO's lies. Let's begin. Addressing the 75th session of the World Health Assembly at the WHO headquarters in Geneva, Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya on Monday tore into the global health body and exposed it in front of the member states. Reportedly, Mandaviya expressed India's dismay and concern over a recent report by the WHO which inflates the COVID death numbers in India by over 10 times. Not pulling his punches one bit, Mandaviya straight off the bat cornered WHO and said India would like to express its disappointment over the manner in which the report by WHO on all-cause mortality was prepared and published, ignoring the concerns expressed by India and other countries over the methodology and sources of data, setting aside the country-specific authentic data from the statutory authority of India. The global health body, working under the thumbs of big Western pharma companies and the Chinese regime, in its report observed that 47.4 lakh people in India had died in 2020 and 2021 either directly due to the infection or through its indirect impacts. However, the official COVID-19 toll in India stands at 4.81 lakh only, a whopping difference of over 42 lakhs. We know it's hard to believe, but this is what WHO has been espousing. Mandaviya added that consequently the Central Council of Health and Family Welfare, a representative body of health ministers from all states within India constituted under Article 263 of the Constitution of India, had passed a unanimous resolution to convey their collective disappointment and concern with WHO's approach in this regard. The Union Minister said the Central Council of Health and Family Welfare, a constitutional body having representatives of the health ministers from all states, passed a resolution asking me to convey their collective disappointment and concern in this regard. Mandaviya, in clear and concise terms, reprimanded WHO by stating that such flawed mathematical models should not be used for projecting excess mortality numbers in view of the availability of authentic data published through the civil registration system by the Registrar General of India. Ever since it released the report earlier this month, India has been consistently objecting to the methodology adopted by the WHO to project excess mortality estimates based on mathematical models. India had pointed out the inconsistencies in the criteria and assumptions used by the WHO to classify countries into Tier 1 and 2, as well as questioned the very basis for placing India into Tier 2 countries for which a mathematical modeling estimate is used. The same all-knowing mathematical models had predicted that India will witness over 30 crore cases and in the worst-case scenario, 60% of the country's population, that is around 80 crore people, will be affected by the virus. And as the dear viewers might be aware, to this date, India has only witnessed 4.31 crore cases, nowhere near the estimates of the supposed mathematical models. It is absolutely common sense that if India had hidden almost 42 lakh excess deaths, there would have been a nationwide clamor, a major human catastrophe. And it's not like the Indian government had the resources to hide such astronomical numbers. The mortuaries would have been overflowing for at least a year or two, especially when you look at the death figures in the previous calendar years. According to an Indian Express report, the number of registered deaths increased by 6.9 lakh between 2018 and 2019 and by 4.86 lakh between 2017 and 18. Adding the real COVID deaths and WHO's imaginary COVID death numbers would have meant a swarm of dead bodies across the length and breadth of India. However, barring a couple of months during the peak of the second wave, India largely had the pandemic under its control, unlike what the leftist media would have you believe. Even then, a vicious campaign was orchestrated by the left liberal media where their photographers and reporters thronged Indian crematoriums and published macabre, ghoulish and at the same time sadistic pictures of burning pyres and the dead. Moreover, the practice of burying the dead at the banks of the mighty Ganga was made an issue. When the dead bodies surfaced, the media spun the entire narrative suggesting that the Modi government was throwing COVID dead bodies in the river. The lie was soon busted, and when bodies surfaced once again this year, the left liberal media was nowhere to see. WHO has been found with its pants down on the multiple occasions. This is the same global health body that covered up the origins of the coronavirus pandemic by praising China and claiming that human-to-human transmission was not possible when the virus was only concentrated in the Middle Kingdom. It is the same body that conducted a hasty and corrupted investigation into the origins of the virus and gave a clean chit to its Chinese overlords. This is the same body that is attempting to forge a pandemic treaty that will give it unprecedented biosecurity powers to intervene in a country in the event of a future outbreak. Thus, it was high time that India thrashed it on the global stage, and the eloquence couldn't have come from a better leader than Mansukh Mandaviya.